What is conservatism? A quick Google search shows that one, it is a commitment to traditional values and ideas with opposition to change or innovation, or the holding of political views that favor free enterprise, private ownership, and socially traditional values. I would say that conservatism or modern conservatism is not chained to the past, but we believe that the tried and true is tried and true for a reason. We believe in counting the cost. We believe in change not just for change's sake. You must make the case for it. You must show demonstratively that it is something worthwhile. Now, I wouldn't say it's traditional values in the sense that if something has been done ad infinitum, that means that it somehow has value over something that's new. It's just that something that's been done has something that can be counted, that can be evaluated, that can show success. I would say that conservatism, if we get away from free enterprise, private ownership, and socially traditional ideas, as the dictionary describes it, is basically pragmatism. It is an understanding of human nature, that we are sinners, that people are going to do things that are evil, that sometimes are against their best interests. And we then build a society that accounts for that. We craft our laws with the expectation that everyone will not act admirably. So what does that mean? It means that we strive for freedom for the majority, for not at the expense of the minority, but we want to have the freest people, the freest expression that people can do everywhere. We are opposed to the idea that a centralized federal government is the arbiter of truth because it is made up of people. We are proponents of small local government where you can have pockets of freedom in a world of evil. We believe that man and women have roles, that it is biological. It is not primarily a cultural thing, but it's something rooted in biological fact. We believe that change for change's sake is a silly endeavor. We believe in modernization and change and innovation and new things that are warranted. And we say we must count the cost. We say that if you are going to change biology, if you are going to tinker with society, that we must know what the cost will be, the ramifications. And if that cannot be ascertained, then change for change's sake doesn't make sense. Now, this is not the textbook definition, but this is an understanding that those of the conservative nature would affirm wholeheartedly. We do not believe that we are against progress, but the progress that I have seen is for change's sake. We are logical. We believe in findings, information. We do not believe the science, but science must prove to us that something is viable. I would love to have a larger conversation about what this means, but ultimately we want freedom in the practical sense. I think that this is a large subject that needs to be broken down. But when we say traditional values of one man, one wife, of the man being the breadwinner and the leader of the home, of a society built on free expression, freedom of speech, law and order, that these things are not something that we've chosen because of racism and bigotry, homophobia or transphobia or any of these kind of things, But this is what history has proven to us to be the freest, the safest, the best society that is possible. Now, there are many societies that we can dream up in our minds. And I know that many people believe in communism, which is everyone should get everything all at once, but that is not pragmatic because it fails to understand human nature and human sin. Now, as a Christian, I believe that when Christ returns, we can have this utopia. But until then, until there is a being that is without sin, that is without corruption, to adjudicate the laws, to keep everything equal, there will not be something that we'll see on the earth. Now, I will be continuing in this series to discuss, to teach, to think of the historical references, to ground these topics, these different issues, these different disagreements in America in purely in the cleanest, most basic forms possible. I invite you to comment. I invite you to disagree. But I want us to come to an understanding that conservatism is not all the things that you've thought it was, but it is simply an attempt to find truth, one objective truth, and to pragmatically create a society where we are not broken up into tribal groups, that we're not constantly at war, but we are united in the goal of creating freedom to the maximum amount of people possible while protecting ourselves from the evilness of our own hearts. Now, thank you for your time and stay tuned.